Hey, what's up, everybody? You're listening to WCCR 590 AM. This is Bernie G. This is the Nightberg Radio Show every Tuesdays, 3:30, and a special guest host is ombudsman person. That's the first time I hopefully pronounced it right. It's, Terence, how you doing?
Yeah, all right, and yourself. The ombudsperson basically is a position that I'm not actually part of student government, but I'm part of the City College community and advocating for students and bringing the concerns of students directly to administration and working with those groups to try to help students experience better quality of life on campus.
All right, so wait, were you voted into this position? How did you
Definitely, during the election that's coming up. I think May 3rd, students will be able to vote and for the new election.
Wait, so you're not part of student government, but so are you a lead? Can you explain it to people?
A separate office, and basically I handle individual cases from students that are, like, say they have issues with disciplinary issues or academic issues with the academic standing committee. I try to help them navigate the bureaucracy of the city college and get them, to make the right decisions.
Okay, so it's like you're sort of like I don't know if this is the right word. Like I guess a liaison in between. Or?
A liaison, definite advocacy. It's about advocacy, pro-student.
All right, so as we're talking about advocacy and pro-students, one issue that people have been talking about, I guess over the summer since that I've heard about this talk, is about activism on this campus on City College. As a lot of people know, a lot of students aren't really active in that much on campus. They might be active in other things in their life, but on campus involvement, there's not a lot of activity, and also in activism regarding higher education, technology, and environment where people people agree with the cause, like tuition shouldn't go up, a tap and pay, and all the budget cuts. A lot of people want greener, cleaner environment, but these students are not really doing anything about it. But how do you feel about that in general?
The CCNY has a history of real strong activism as part of CUNY, and lately, this generation, it seems like students are more addressing issues at home. Maybe organizing your tenants in the building, or trying to deal with work. And it seems like the economy is so difficult now that their free time is being used up trying to work that second and third job. So activism is a bit on the low right now, but it also has a cycle where it's up and down. But like I said, if you look at if you go to the internet and look for the struggle for CUNY, and it was a thesis paper done by Chris Gunderson. It gives a really good historical perspective of CCNY and CUNY regarding activism, anti-war, pro-students, pro-communities of color, pro groups that community groups that of people that were marginalized and not really being helped out. And that's what the past, since 1969 to now, that's what it's been about.
Okay. Well, as you said, regarding, I guess, financial, because did you just say like activism may be down because of
It's on the low right now because you have a lot of people that are really struggling with the jobs. They're struggling. This economy, this disastrous economy, didn't just happen now. It's been growing for a long time.
But usually most would say that would be why activism would rise because of jobs are being lost, budget cuts. But it's not. We haven't really been seeing that.
Well, I've noticed that it's one thing. It's cyclic. It goes up and down. And on the other hand, you'd be surprised that campuses like Queens College, which is notoriously apathetic, all of a sudden now they're taking over their campus and they're blocking the streets. And this happened at the March 31st protest at Queens College. So I was surprised. And it basically, like I said, things are cyclical, and you're seeing different levels of activism at each campus.
Okay. Do you think City College could reach that type of level of activism?
To return to that, well, like I said, it's cyclical. It depends. I mean, I tell you one thing: if administration didn't release the caps on printing, you would have seen a lot more student involvement right away.
And also, while we're talking about student involvement, because as many of you don't know, there was a printing limit in the fall semester, which a lot of students complained about.
Yes.
And it was raised, but even that wasn't enough until the printing limit is banned now. I guess one of the solutions is to save paper is pages, multiple pages are printed on both sides of paper.
And use that recycled paper and make sure your used paper gets recycled. Like, I have to give credit to Students for Educational Rights, of which I'm a member, and the student ombudsperson, and the fact that even we worked in collaboration with the undergraduate student government. They eventually got involved, and we all made a concerted effort to really let administration know that's not a good idea.
And as you mentioned in that, because recently, especially it's online, it hasn't happened yet, but as many of you know, the cafeteria received 101 health violations, and USG's planning a mass boycott. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. That they're telling students, hey, ban the cafeteria. But a lot of things have been done recently.
The president had a meeting, a roundtable, a periodic roundtable with students in the cafeteria, and she says that the Vice President for Student Life, Rodriguez, is going to be having a forum on Thursday of this week, and that they invite students to show up because it will be important to get students' input on what can be done regarding the cafeteria. And then she was talking about some administrative changes. So, and that they're also addressing all these violations. But that's a lot of violations, and it's been going on for some time now.
It's very weird. Actually, if you guys don't know, the person that is the head of the cafeteria, I guess it will be fired or forced to resign, whichever way, at the end of the semester. So I guess students actually do have a voice. Because I saw what the night it was posted, the C minuses were posted all over the first floor. So there's City College is doing something activism-wise, you know, starting with the paper. And then now with this with the whole cafeteria violation.
You see, when students start getting involved, you know, together, you start seeing administration, you know, falls in line.
What I see from this campus, from my observations, is I guess regarding technology and food, I guess it looked like the students, hey, don't, you know, you can't mess with those. But and when it comes to higher education, where students like, we don't want to pay more tuition. We don't want tap and pay a cut from us. But it feels like students feel like there's nothing they could do.
That's an interesting situation, because I think that there has to be people have to make the connection between the anti-war movement and increasing tuition and less access to public university and public services in general, like Section 8 and housing. Because if we don't have an anti-war movement, which will stop these people from spending all our tax dollars, you know, whenever you work, you're paying taxes, and now you see where your money's going. That money has to be taken back away from this ridiculous war of $1.3 trillion that was just spent this past few months. That has to be taken back and back to public services here, like the public university.
Okay, so like, let's say a lot of students that see all these they get all these notifications about the increase in tuition that's supported, you know, by Chancellor Ghosting. He was here not too long ago, and now, you know, TAP is getting cut. If I'm a student, and a lot of students like are like real riled up about it, but they don't know what to do. Can you give any suggestions of them what can they do to fight this?
Sure. One thing, on Facebook, there is a page called CUNY, A Mission Deferred. You go to that page and you can see I established that page because there's some faculty and some students who have a program on WBAI radio station 99.5 FM, and it's called CUNY, A Mission Deferred, and they discuss issues of relevance to faculty and students in the university. And I made that page to establish links and network between all the CUNY activists and all the CUNY campuses, because, you know, things could be happening at City College and you don't know what's happening in Brooklyn College, and you don't know what's happening in Lehman College. You know, so we're trying to bring activists together so we can build this movement, this CUNY-wide movement.
So how long, when did you start this movement?
Well, the page, it disappeared. It was on Facebook a few months ago, and then apparently Facebook took it down.
Oh, wow.
I rebuilt the page and made it even better, so we'll see what happens now.
Facebook took your page down?
It disappeared. I didn't close the page, so the Facebook must have just disappeared the page.
Were you the only admin of this page?
No, there were 3 other admins. You know, and so as of 2 weeks ago, I reestablished the page, and I'm just building it up right now, all the logistics.
Oh, can you say the name of the page again?
CUNY, A Mission Deferred. Yeah, so
Hold on, we're searching for this right now.
Not admission. It's a mission.
Oh, admission. Sorry.
Like a mission. Yeah. And they're talking about on the page we had some issues. Medgar Evers is recently there was a lot of administrative changes there and program cuts, and that was pretty important because their faculty senate and their students want the president and the provost to step down. This is a newly appointed president and provost who immediately came in and they implemented some austerity measures on some departments that were really helping the community.
And I'm trying to find Terence on Facebook, people.
Yeah.
Internet's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but regarding the provost, because I believe City College right now has a temporary provost.
Oh yeah, yeah. City College, there's going to be a new one. Recently there was some interviews, and so there'll be a new provost. Hopefully,
can you tell the people that's listening to the show what is the provost and what's their role?
The provost takes care of the day-to-day activities under the president of the college, and they, the day-to-day activities. A lot of administrative stuff. There's some finance. There's curriculum stuff. There's a little bit of everything, really. It's a really it's a phenomenal business having that kind of a job, because this institution, and City College has 16,000 students.
Yeah.
So it's a big business, and we have to really keep on top of it because we want this to stay a public institution. We want it to stay being competitive quality-wise with NYU and Columbia, and I know that all of us are here because we're thinking about our future. And that's why I encourage students to really try to get involved in political activism, because it is about our future.
Okay. So we're going to go a quick musical break. We're going to be back with Terence, ombudsman person. This is Bernie G, 9 Perk Radio. I'm going to play some Nas, It Ain't Hard to Tell. Definitely, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely call the studio. It's 212-650-8171. I repeat again, 212-650-8171. If you're on City College right now on campus, just dial 8171. This is Bernie G. We're going to a quick break.
If I had a piece of paper, I could have wrote down as a mission.
Yeah, I was like, man, I can't. I'm a very bad smeller. I was like, what?